It's the second of a double header in Parnell Park in the Go Ahead Ireland Dublin Senior A Hurling Championship. Ballyboden St Endas taking on St Oliver Plunkett. Eoghan Ruadh and Dotsie O'Callaghan is back with us, former Dublin hurler, and of course played for a short time with Ballyboden St Endas. Dotsie, it's kind of the old against the new here. Is that a fair way of describing it?
You could say that, Oisin, but looking down to the Ballyboden team, there's if you're looking at the bench there's a lot of really experienced good players there on the bench. So there's a lot of lads getting opportunities on the Ballyboden team as well. I think this is going to be. I'm really looking forward to this game. I think it's going to be. There's going to be a huge intensity in this. And Plunkett's are a team who are putting in Trojan work. Obviously had a really good minor team. Played in the final there recently from last year. A lot of players coming through there, and they're putting in they're putting in massive work, and they're really trying to build something there. They stormed through Division 2 in the league. Bet Raheny here in the final recently as well, so they're full of confidence there. They're building nicely, and Ballyboden, they'll be looking at this team as well, and there's a lot of young guys in there as well. So I don't think they'll be going into this with any fear, and I expect them to I'd expect them to throw everything at this, Oisin. I think it's going to be an interesting one.
Should be. The last game was slightly one-sided. It ended Nafina 427, Whitehall Columkill 113. An injury affected Whitehall Columkill, it has to be said. But this hopefully will be a bit closer. Don't forget 2 more games tomorrow as well. St Jude's against St Vincent's and Kilmacud Crokes against Coola. But what better way to spend a Friday night than under the lights here in Parnell Park? Let's have a look at the team, starting with Ballyboden St Endas. Luke Corcoran, well, he's a very steady full-back. Finn McGarry, a very experienced goalkeeper, has played out the field as well. Speaking of goalkeepers out the field, Conor Dooley is at wing forward, and Niall McMurrow, he is as lively as they get. James Madden, a very sticky and skillful cornerback. There's a nice balance in that Ballyboden team, Dotsie, isn't there?
There is, yeah. It'll just be interesting to see the likes of Niall there named a full forward. It'll be interesting to see what role does he actually play inside, or will he drift out as well. So it'll be in the half back line there. You've Shane Durk and Simon Lambert in the half back line, and huge experience there as well alongside James Roach. So they'll be trying to build a platform from there and gain dominance there and get the ball into their forward line as quick as they can as well. So it's going to be going to be interesting to see how that pans out as well. So Sean McDonald and Aidan Mellett as well are lively midfielders, so they'll be working and buzzing around the place as well. And Pierce Christie has huge pace at centre forward, named at centre forward there as well, and flanked by Niall Ryan and Conor Dooley. Conor's a ball winner, and he's a lovely striker of ball, skillful player, good decision maker as well. And Niall Ryan has that huge injection of pace, really great carry of the ball as well, and well able to score as well. So Shane Kennedy as well, corner forward, has played Fitzgibbon Hurling as well recently, and David O'Connor as well. So look, it'll be interesting to see. I'm actually fascinated to see how they line out, to be honest with you, along with Plunkett. So looking forward to seeing the systems that the teams are putting into place as well. And both teams under kind of management there as well. Malachy there and David Curtin I see down with Ballyboden, Keith Horgan with Plunkett's as well. So I think Plunkett's are going to come revved up for this as well, and they're going to enjoy this battle, and Ballyboden will want to be kind of really prepared mentally and be ready for that as well. So from the Ballyboden side, Oisin, that's it. And then you've got Plunkett's then, who have that kind of, obviously, the Keane Boland in the full forward line as well. So a guy that can cause huge problems as well. And they've a lot of lads, Conor Scully, Jack O'Shea, Tom Cullen, Neil Clerk, and involved with Dublin underage squads the last few years as well. So Niall Arthur, obviously a massive addition for Plunkett's as well.
Massive experience.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a very talented hurler, and we've seen him in the Dublin club scene in the past with O'Toole. So he's been racking up scores for them in the league as well. So this one to look forward to.
It certainly is. Plunkett's, how much will they have been boosted by the fact that they've gone so well at underage over the last couple of years, particularly this year, their minors getting to a minor A final and giving Kilmacud Crokes a really good test?
Oh yeah, look, any sort of underage success like that gives you a massive lift as well. So they'll carry that confidence into this as well, and they've got a senior set up now where they're preparing like an inter-county team. They're training and everything is done right for them. So look, they've prepared well for this, and they're going to be up for it, that's for sure.
Group 4 about to get underway. Ballyboden St Endas against St Oliver Plunkett's Own Road.
already
David
in the
Aston
middle
is
as
our
well,
referee. As you say, Dotsy, a bit of jostling going on already. Good to see Neil Plunkett throwing himself into it straight away. Just in case you're unfamiliar, it is St Oliver Plunkett's Own Road in the maroon and Ballyboden St Endas in the blue and white. Just looking around for any late changes. There's definitely one in the Ballyboden team. Conor McKeown has started wearing number 18. Here is Conor Dooley, and that is the first score, and a good one as well.
Beautiful ball from James Roach to pick Conor, who made the run for it. And Conor, as I said, he'll get a bit lovely composed hurler, gets a bit of space, he'll nail scores like that as well. Great start for Ballyboden.
A very good start indeed.
Simo
Just runs out of room, yeah.
Touch there, just carrying it out over the line. Good pressure from the Plunkett lads as well.
Simon Lambert still doing it after all these years. Neil Clerkin gets good air on that one, but it's a little bit aimless. There was no one running after it, perhaps.
No target inside from there as well, so hitting it in deep, he kind of had to switch it to the far side if there was going to be anyone there from a Plunkett side to compete for it.
Perhaps Niall Arthur could have made the run. He did make a run, it was just a little bit too late. Finn McCarry, who's going to win the breaking ball, trying to dig it out there is Pierce Christie. It's one thing that Ballyboden have been good at over the last couple of years. They've been real battlers. Made the county final last year, lost to Coola. No shame in that. Coola open up tomorrow. They're up against Kilmacud Crokes. That, like this, live on Dubs TV. Remember, you can say hello to us via Twitter. You'll find us on @DubGAAOfficial and hashtag it GoAheadDSHC. Bill McCormack. The goalkeeper gives that one plenty on a still night in Dublin. No rain. Dark clouds ahead, but no rain. Gobbled up by Lambert. Making a burst for it there is Christie. That's the pace you talked about. Will Christie have a go?
Plunkett's got to pressurise him there. He had the ball too, there was an opportunity to get pressure on him here.
James Roach off the stick.
Great score.
And over the crossbar. Brilliant from James Roach.
Yeah, Pierce Christie, I suppose he had caught it twice. There was a chance for the Plunkett lads to get a bit of pressure on him there. They didn't really close him down. He had the awareness to pop it to James Roach there, who lovely score.
Ball breaks for Plunkett, but then they lose it again. Sweeping it up, Cian Boland. Boland can justify wearing those white boots. Well, just as I say that, he hits a fairly blind ball.
I think that's where he wanted to be himself, in there getting the ball, but it's a ball. Conor Dooley's caught it.
Great take by Dooley, just put it over Christie. Dooley wins it back, to be fair. Can Dooley get a shot away? Goes to ground. And I think it's fair to say he bought the free.
Yeah, but he's very athletic. He's got a great stride on him there. You see him once he opens up there, he's deceivingly fast, and he really went at the goal there as well. Popped it, not afraid to pop it over somebody's head. So the Plunkett's defenders had to make sure that he wasn't going through there.
Fawkes and Scully Connell, the other two teams in this group, by the way, they meet tomorrow in O'Toole Park at 4 o'clock. Good score from Dooley.
Started well, Ballyboden, 3 points on the board already.
A bit like the previous game, you would fancy Ballyboden to win the group they're in. Then it's a matter of the other three battling for the second spot. Fawkes, Scully Connell and Plunkett's. That looked like a throw. The referee has pinged it. You often see players getting away with that though in modern hurling.
Yeah, absolutely. And he showed great composure and awareness to kind of hold it up. So he's a little bit unlucky, I'd say, there. But I suppose from an underdog's point of view for Plunkett's here, they just want to get on the board here and settle into the game. So I suppose the quicker they can get a point or two and get into the game, the better it'll be for them.
Well, we talked about Plunkett's youth. Niall Arthur is not in that bracket. He is in the Plunkett's very good player bracket though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's been a massive addition to them this year as well. He's been flying it throughout the league as well and had a really good league final as well. So a good addition to them.
Arthur originally from Clare, played under 21 for Clare. got the height. It looks like it has the distance, but it doesn't have the accuracy. Brian McDonald tried to get under that one and keep it alive, but he couldn't. First wide for Plunkett's. First shot. McGarry, who has a lumper of a puck out. It was risky letting the ball go over his head there from the half-back. Boland tries to get it up. Now it's Kennedy. Niall Ryan. Good score from Niall Ryan.
Yeah, really tidy from Shane Kennedy as well. You know, could have popped it to the man closest to him, but popped it out to Niall, who had a bit more space as well. So easier for him to get that space and time just to pop the shot. And great score.
Plenty of movement for Bill McCormack to aim at. Came off the chest, unfortunately, of Brian McDonald. Tries to get it up on the second attempt, and it's turned over by Ballyboden St. Endas. James Roach. That's a good take on the half bounce. Kennedy went back to Durkin. Durkin into the corner.
If he's seen that pass, it was a great pass. I think he did see it, so it was a lovely ball. Lovely ball to play Pearce in. So they're unlucky not to get that. There would have been a goal chance there.
Plunkett's under pressure early on. We saw it in the last game. Nafina put up a good score in the opening quarter, and Whitehall Culmkill never looked like retrieving that game. Boland goes for it but doesn't get it. Great catch. Lambert pops it off for the run of Niall Ryan. Ryan scuffs his effort and the keeper lets it bounce wide.
Absolutely good defending there by Connor Scully to get the hook on as well. Great take by James Madden originally there to set up the Ballyboden attack.
And to be fair, the defender did get the hook in. It'll be Ballyboden to collect it again, or will it? Nope. Just allowing it to go out was Lambert. Well,
he stopped all right, but it was very tight. I wouldn't mind seeing a screenshot of the sliotar there on the white line to see was it over.
He'll tell you he knew exactly what he was doing. Now he'll take the line ball. Lambert. McMorrow comes out to meet it. Good stick pass inside. That turns from an attempted shot into a pass. It wasn't a particularly good one from Conor McKeown.
I suppose at least Plunkett's are getting the pressure on there as well. Like Ballyboden are looking slick and they're playing some nice hurling, but that last play, Plunkett's are putting in the work to get the hook or the block.
Cutting it out of Sean McDonald. Good ball to Niall Ryan, who's looked dangerous tonight. Niall Ryan snipes over another score.
Yeah, he's great in that position, O'Shea. He just loves to target that space and run at the space as well. But the running off the shoulder now is obviously something Ballyboden are working on a lot, because every time somebody gets the ball, there's somebody running a pace off it, and he's getting the ball every time as well. So it's a great take.
Well, Limerick aren't the first team to do the running off the shoulder thing, but they are the ones who've set the template, and everyone else is trying to follow. It's exactly what Ballyboden are doing here. James Roach, who's stepped up with the point as well. Conor Dooley's got 2, Niall Ryan's got 2. McMorrow hasn't got in on the act yet, but you get the feeling it isn't long. There's a goal chance here. Referee gives the penalty. Aidan Mellett took the ball. He was fouled in the square, and Ballyboden have the penalty.
Yeah, it's all coming from that distribution in, that great quality distribution in. Niall out in front, rounding the man. And you know the support play is there all over the pitch as well. So it's good.
Fionn Boland is being spoken to. Yellow card for Fionn Boland. Dooley, who has got an awfully powerful strike. There's no doubt about it, he'll go for it here. Bill McCormack up against Dooley.
He's taking the ball, interestingly enough, a good bit away from the line, you know, so normally you'd see lads a little bit closer than that, striking the penalty, but he obviously wants to build a nice bit of a run at it.
Dooley!
But dragged it.
Wide.
Dragged it a little bit to left, yeah.
Didn't catch it right at all, did he?
No, he didn't. He won't be happy with that as well. But I just thought it was interesting that he left it so far from the line, you know. So Plunkett's really need to get going here. Like Simon Lambert there is the loose man covering the space in the half-back line.
Scully gets caught in possession. McMorrow wraps him up. Scully retrieves it. There was an awful lot on that one, and Boland does gather it. That's a risky one back to the goalkeeper. McCormick keeps his cool. Cullen with a lovely ball to Killian Hayes. Hayes looking for a first score for Plunkett. Well, it was nearly worth the wait.
Yeah, it was great composure there from Plunkett's working it out from the back. So that'll be a huge. That'll hopefully settle them into the game from their point of view, you know.
McGarry.
But they're coming out too easy, Ballyboden here.
Ince perfect delivery again. They're queuing up for that when James Roach takes it. Roach runs into a crowd and gets dispossessed. Boland. There was nowhere for Boland to go. He hasn't given up on it. Also fighting for his Clerkin. Plunkett's have it. That would be some score if it went over. Killian Hayes again.
Oh, it's over.
Just about. What a score.
Fantastic score. And that was a nice little passage of play for Plunkett's, because you know they had to really fight out, dig out the ball, popped out to Killian Hayes with a long range score. Brilliant score. So that'll help settle them into it. Killian Hayes again on the ball.
Even though it came off the woodwork, he was celebrating it before it actually went over.
He's doing great work, and now they're starting to spray the ball around a bit.
Tom Cullen into the forwards. The ball takes a good bounce from a Plunkett's point of view. Here's Niall Arthur. You'd want him on this particular ball in this particular position.
Very clever, Niall. He let the ball run on. Knew the corner back was right up behind him, so let the ball run on, and then he created the space himself, and he managed to get away from Luke Corcoran and get the score. So we've got it back to 5-3.
Shane Durkin. Dooley wants it. He's being stuck to by a defender or two though. Trying to dig it out is Christie. Goes loose again. Who's going to win the ruck? Who's going to come away with possession? It's Dooley. McMorrow's beside him. Great block. Too casual.
Pressure. Kevin O'Gorman to clean, tidy it up here.
Foley and O'Gorman did really well there. Now it's McCormick. Great take from Jack O'Shea. That's from right out the country. That is amazing. Jack O'Shea with a good score. A brilliant score. Two between them.
Mighty score from Jack. A huge man just out of minor as well, and former Dublin minor captain as well. So a mighty score.
That looks like a foul. Neil Clerkin a little bit over the top.
Yeah, we thought they might come with an intensity, O'Shea, and they have, you know. They're coming and they're showing a lot of belief in themselves as well. So developing into a nice close game, you know.
And those 4 points, I beg your pardon, for Plunkett's all came after Dooley missed a penalty for Ballyboden. Durkin. He's going to drop inside the square. Just gets away from Dooley. McMorrow might get there. Nope. And it's a wide. McCormick goes long, looking for the midfielder who runs onto it. That's Popa. Trying to pick it up now is O'Shea. Referee gives a free into Bowden.
Yeah, it was a good puck out from Bill. Popa a little bit unlucky not to gather possession first time there as well. And obviously it broke down and managed to lose possession to Ballyboden, so a good chance for Simon Lambert here to get on the score sheet.
He's well capable. Lambert. Wide. It's another boost for Plunkett's. I don't think they'll drop the head too much. That was one of those ones that you wouldn't put down as a 100% certainty.
No, absolutely not. It was a kind of a half chance from there just to get started.
Leddy got his hand to it but couldn't make it stick. You could watch these battles all day. Yeah. Escaping with it is Durkin. I don't think you'd like to be in them all day, but you could certainly watch them. Lambert. Plunkett's have an extra man back there. They paid dividends there. Kevin O'Gorman. Good ball to Boland. Boland tries to get away from Dooley, gets the ball down into the corner. Bowden also have an extra man back there. It's swept up by Luke Corcoran. Finn McGarry, he's comfortable bringing the ball far away from his own goal. He's looking for McMorrow. And he's found them. McMorrow inside. Shane Kennedy, good goal.
Great finish from Shane Kennedy there. So Niall McMorrow, he just read the flight of the ball there over his man and just, read it superbly well. Gathered possession first time, which created the opening then, and a lovely slip ball to Shane Kennedy, and a ruthless finish, drilled it low. Great finish, superb finish for a corner forward.
3 pucks of the ball and it's in the back of the net. McGarry with an inch perfect delivery to McMorrow, who, as you say, read it well. He could easily have gone and attacked it, but he actually just kind of fell back and put his love up and got it, and then slipped it inside to Kennedy. He drew in 2 defenders. He thought about going for it himself, but Kennedy was left completely unmarked, and he was never going to miss when he got it in that position. So Ballyboden with a bit of a boost before the water break. 1-5 plays 4 points.
Yeah, great boost for them. Oisin coming into the water break, so Plunkett's won't be. I don't think they'll be too disheartened by that. I think they're in the game and they're settling into it, and they're nearly enjoying the battle out there as well. So look, a great fella for Ballyboden there to kick on, but you'd expect Plunkett's to, they look like a team who are going to respond and keep digging away here. So very good first quarter there, and huge intensity to it as well. So certainly an enjoyable game so far.
Very enjoyable. Remember, you can say hello to us no matter where you're watching this game from via Twitter. @DubGAAOfficial is the address. Don't forget to hashtag GoAheadDSHA. We've got a tweet in here. It says, "Little man in bed, winter warmer bowl of soup, Dublin Senior Championship hurling on the box. This autumn in England will be a lot more tolerable, it seems." Well, I hope you're okay over there. I hope you're enjoying the coverage and you're enjoying the soup. I wouldn't mind having a hot bowl of soup now. It's rather chilly, isn't it?
Organised that for us.
Yeah, we can. I'm sure we can have one sent over to you. What would you like? Tomato, mixed veg, chicken,
coriander.
Coriander. Wow. I have to say, I had you down as a
pint as well.
No, not while we're broadcasting. Soup, yes. Pints, no. 1-5 to 4 points. 4 between them. We'll start on 15:46. And we'll start on, I think, a Plunkett's puck out. So Shane Kennedy's goal has opened up a 4-point gap, but Plunkett's have closed gaps previously in this game, even though it's quite early. Trying to get there is MacDonald. Well soaked up by Sean MacDonald. They're moving it around beautifully. Simon Lambert. Bounce kindly. Niall Ryan. Niall Ryan is being chased down. He has to be careful. Niall Ryan stays going. Blocked down. Took it down a blind alleyway, and it was blocked by Tom Cullen. Cullen gets it away. Boland. Boland with Madden following him. Not to be confused with the Aussie rules, James Madden. Boland. Well read by the defender. It'll fall kindly for Rob Leddy. Leddy goes to ground. He is fouled. It's a free out.
Yeah, slightly bit of a high tackle there, so free out for Ballyboden. Kevin O'Gorman covering everything back there for Plunkett's a spare man. Trying to.
Lambert. It's going to be one of those awkward dropping ones, but the goalkeeper, to be fair, deals with it well. Boland comes to try and get there. He's beaten to it. Bowden have possession. Trying to sweep it up with Sean MacDonald. Is that a free? Referee allowing play to continue. James Madden is over it. McMorrow has it now. McMorrow is fouled. Hurley around the neck, and it's a free in.
And Plunkett's had defended it well, so they had really held him up, and Niall was going away from goal, so it was probably a silly, needless tackle. Lack of discipline there. James Madden on Keane Boland is a good duel as well there, two great players. So that's one to look forward to for the rest of the game as well. They're really going at it, and James not afraid to surge forward there as well and get on the attack.
Connor Dooley. Sinks it. Wonderful score from Conor Dooley. He's third of the game. 2 of them have come from frees. McCormack's puck out is intercepted. Luckily for him, it comes to Cullen. Popa comes in to try and help him out. Ballyboden flood numbers in there. Trying to dig it into the hand is Conor Foley. The ball has disappeared from our view, but not from the view of Brian MacDonald. Did he foul Niall Ryan? Referee doesn't think so. He's close to it. I think we'll have to go with a hot ball here. As the police helicopter flies overhead, I don't think that has anything to do with the foul we just saw. I don't think it was that serious an incident. Well stolen back by Jack O'Shea. Killian Hayes away again. Cian Boland. That was too casual from Cian Boland, but it might still work out. It's collected by Niall Arthur. Miscued his pass towards Brian MacDonald. Cleared by Durkin. Fullback doing his best, that's Cantwell. As always, Hayes is in there to work hard and get the ball back. I beg your pardon, that was Cian Boland. Cian Boland puts it wide. Yet to score in this game, Cian Boland. He's winning breaks though, Cian Boland. It's not just about scoring for him and Plunkett. Shane Kennedy, the goal scorer. Lambert kind of flicks it behind him. That ruck just taking place right under us here. You can actually feel and hear the collisions. We'll have another throw ball, another hot ball, whatever you want to call it.
Lining up to try and pull on the ball, but they haven't got room to swing the stick. So lots of these good intense battles going on throughout the field as well.
Flash ball, here we go. Both players were moving before he threw it in, but there wasn't much the ref could do because they weren't going to stop. It's over, carried there by Conor McKeown, and it's a free to Plunkett.
He didn't have much space to move anywhere, to be honest. There was 4 Plunkett sides around him, so that again, that's showing you the intensity levels of what Plunketts are bringing to the game as well, the appetite for it.
I appreciate this language has kind of migrated over from rugby, the term ruck, but you can understand why it's called that. That was like when a player is pinged for not rolling away. When they can't escape, there's nothing they can do. It was very much the case there for McKeown that like he could go nowhere with it, so that's why he overcarried.
Yeah, there was no option. I suppose you just got to try and release it as quick, and I think the referee and the crowd kind of jump on that as well when people are surrounding a player, and I think it's be an easy one at times for the referee to give the free as well, even if maybe he hasn't overcarried it.
Niall Arthur
slices that a bit. It's over.
That went over the bar. McGarry got his stick to it, but it was over the crossbar by that stage, and Arthur gets his second of the game.
With it as sweet as he would have liked, but it went over the bar, so that's all that matters.
His swing was kind of wild there. We were really close to it, but it doesn't matter as long as it goes over. Here's Kevin O'Gorman. Shoveled into the hand of Jack O'Shea, who runs into trouble. Standing strong for Ballyboden was Sean MacDonald. Plunkett's got it back though, and it's Popa. Kicks it forward, but only as far as Conor Dooley, who gets a stray hurley, I think, into the face and goes to ground. Doesn't matter if you've got a helmet on, that can still be sore.
I think Popa, he kind of caught him, but I don't think there was any huge intent to it, you know. I think he was just going for the ball, and it was just a bit of a
arms, timber, legs, everything was flying around, but all fairly. They were just battling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Joe McGrath on Twitter says he's watching Shane147 put up a finishing workshop from Seville, Spain. Now, Shane147 is Shane Kennedy of Ballyboden. It was a good goal, and I hope you enjoyed it in Seville, Joe. Conor Dooley, you'll enjoy this if it goes over.
Good strike,
which it does. Good score. His third free of the game. Remember, you can talk to us via Twitter at DubGA Official, and don't forget to hashtag Go Ahead DSHA. Line ball for Plunkett. Killian Hayes, he looks a player, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. He's been super so far.
5 points between them. By no means is this one gone from Plunkett, but they need to be careful not to let Ballyboden get a run on them. Shane Durkin looking for McMorrow. Goes over the stick of McMorrow and running back for it is Boland. Leaves it off for McCormack.
There's no one
McCormack
there.
pucks it into nowhere. It's kept in play by Durkin. That's a really good hand pass. Driving on now is Conor McKeown. Gives it back to McMorrow. McMorrow will have a go. Is this to be his first of the game? If it is, it's quite the way to do it. It is. It's a wonderful score.
Yeah, he loves that position there. If he gets the ball and can just from a standing position, he's a great finisher like that. So great score from Niall.
Fionn Boland pucked it into a crowd of blue and white. Very little maroon in there, but they have won the ball. Chasing after it is Jack O'Shea. Gives it back to Killian Hayes. Killian Hayes snipes over a wonderful score. He's third.
Neil Clerkin doing well there to lay it off, get the head up, see the man outside him.
That's broken very kindly for Durkin. He's got Kennedy outside. He doesn't need him. Good score from Durkin, his first.
Yeah, Kevin O'Gorman let it slip through him there. He won't be.
McGrath, who's watching in Seville, will be very impressed by that.
Ballyboden really getting on top, pushing ahead a little bit as well. Plunkett will need to kind of do something to stem the tide here and maybe get back into it.
McDonald miscued under pressure, but still might work out. Cantwell couldn't clear. He was very, very casual. Trying to get away now is Christie. Mellett, I beg your pardon. Mellett. A second goal for Ballyboden St Endas. Aidan Mellett finishes well.
Again, Ballyboden have a lot of pace around the field there, and you know, once Aidan Mellett came onto that ball, it was open up for him. He has that pace just to attack that space, and you know, practically nearly walked it into the goal there as well. So a great finish, ruthless finish from him. But again, great direct running.
It's a little bit loose. Durkin will clean it up. 10 points between them coming up to half time. Plunketts need to stop the rot. At the very least, they need to stop Ballyboden scoring any more before the break. Get your men, wake up, is the shout from one of the Plunkett's mentors on the sideline.
Yeah, they've been a bit sloppy at times as well in defence to kind of, you know, unforced errors.
Roach
leading to scores.
Mellett, who just got that wonder goal. Looked like he picked up a bit of a knock, so he said rather than run it, I'll shoot. Yeah, and why not when you can do both?
Yeah, and the confidence is up there as well. A lovely score from Aidan Mellett there.
Plunkett's making a change. Coming in is Ben McSweeney. Going off is Neil Clerkin. I do think maybe it's a blood sub.
Yeah, Ben, a talented young hurler as well, so he'll be looking to make an impact.
Ball goes loose. McDonald tries to pick it up. Also in there is Rob Leddy. Turned over. Plunkett's need something here. Can they get it? Ballyboden dropping back in numbers, so they just go over the top through Sean Clerkin, who gets a very good score.
It's a super score from Sean Clerkin. Really held on to the ball, showed great composure there to strike it off the stick. Couldn't take it a third time, so super score.
Well, we've seen moments of it, haven't we? Some
yeah,
good stuff from Plunkett's. We just haven't seen enough put together. Tom Cullen left it behind, but luckily for him, Pope is there to clean it up. Getting it forward by any means necessary. Clawed away from him though by Dooley. Another ruck trying to dig it out is Killian Hayes. Taken away by a Plunkett's body and given to McMorrow, who has a look up and goes for that crossfielder. Beautifully taken down. Is that Simon Lambert? Yeah. It is Simon Lambert. Goes where he needs to go. Came off the stick of Kennedy, just couldn't get it up into the hand. He'll have another go here. Lambert trying to dig it out again. Escaping with it is Scully. Well cleared by Plunkett, but only as far as Shane Durkin. That will be
Great
another
strike.
beautiful score for Ballyboden if it was to go over, which it has, off the stick of James Roach.
Great strike from James Roach as well. So look, Ballyboden are striking crisp. They're moving the ball around well as well. So really growing into this game. 2-12 on the board already.
Not long to go before half time. Plunkett's could do with a couple of scores. That's a good pass. Arthur's blocked down. Wonderful stuff from cornerback James Madden. It's one again, Luke Corcoran. Boland almost intercepted, does get it on the second attempt. He'll go for it. And he'll get it, his first score of the game.
Done very well there, Keane. Very well the angle to cut back in, and lovely, lovely, lovely score.
Another change being made. Plunkett's again. David Phelan is in for them. Elliot Cantwell going off. It's frustrating for any player to be brought off at this stage of a game. Brilliantly and bravely won by Conor McKeown. Now it's Pierce Christie. Christie did well in close contact. Mellett. Leddy. I actually shudder when I hear the phrase close contact, but that's what COVID has done. Jack O'Shea. Back to goalkeeper Bill McCormack. Just wouldn't quite stick for Ben McSweeney. His teammate comes in to help him out. Shane Durkin is trying to shovel it up into the hand. Handle on the ground, free in for Ballyboden.
In fairness to Plunkett, so Shane, I think they are bringing the fight and they bring the intensity, but I suppose they're up against a team who've been playing Division 1 league games leading into this as well. So like it's a high pace game Ballyboden are playing, and a lot of pace in their team there and causing huge problems around the field. And you know, you can see them leading towards pace around the midfield and half forward as well. So they're really huge energy around the field.
Dooley measures it perfectly. 4 frees and a point from play for Conor Dooley so far. And that'll do for half time. 2-13 plays 8 points. Although Plunkett's have produced some moments of quality, I don't think we can argue too much with the scoreline.
No, but in fairness, it's been competitive enough throughout the game. You know, Ballyboden have been able to push on when they need to. But yeah, no, you have to. Like, I suppose you're looking at the bench there with Ballyboden as well. It'll be interesting to see. A lot of the players are doing very, very well, so it'll be interesting to see do the lads use to throw in some of the more experienced lads as well. But yeah, no, there's a lot of pace in that Ballyboden team, and you know their option taking is very good. They're carrying the ball, popping it off the shoulder. You can see that's probably stuff that they've worked on a lot in training, I'd imagine, and game plans and stuff. So yeah, they've really hurt Plunkett's when they've gone at them that way as well. So look, Plunkett's they're doing all right in fairness, and they're, you know, the goals obviously have given Ballyboden a major cushion as well. But I don't think they'll be totally disheartened. I think they'll be happy to kind of to drive into the second half and the third quarter and try and make an impact on it, you know.
Well, for obvious reasons, the half times tend to be a little bit shorter now. The players can't go into the dressing rooms. Again, the reasons for that obvious. So we will be back very shortly with the second half. You'll keep seeing the pictures. You might not hear the audio. But we would love to hear from you, by the way, via Twitter, @DubGAAOfficial. And don't forget the hashtag GoAheadDSHA. It is the opening night of the Go Ahead Ireland Dublin Senior Hurling Championship Already tonight, the Fina have won and won well against an injury-ravaged Whitehall Columkill, 427 to 113, the final score in that game. At half-time in the second game of the night, it is Ballyboden St Endas 213, St Oliver Plunkett's Eoghan Ruadh 8 points. Can Plunkett's make a bit of a second half fight back? We'll find out very shortly. Stay with us. Second half about to begin between Ballyboden, St Endas and Plunkett's. Plunkett's, Dottie O'Callaghan, need a bit of a rally here, don't they?
They do, Oisín, they do. In fairness, they won't be too disheartened with the first half display, but they'll be looking to lay down America in the first 5 minutes here and get themselves right back into it.
A busy weekend in the Dublin Senior Hurling Championship. 2 more games live on Dubs TV tomorrow. St Jude's against St Vincent's, and I wonder, will Dara O'Shea turn up in that game, or has he already gone straight back to West Brom? Dara O'Shea played for Ireland during the week against Portugal, went off injured, so can't play tomorrow. I wonder, did he come back to Dublin, or has he gone off to West Brom? Did play for St Jude's underage, Dara O'Shea, but anyway, even if he can't be here, he can watch it on Dubs TV. St Jude's against St Vincent's. Also live tomorrow, Kilmacud Crokes against Coola. Remember, we'd love to hear from you via Twitter at DubGAAOfficial, and don't forget the hashtag GoAheadDSHA. This is the Go Ahead Dublin Senior Hurling Championship, the opening night. The first game that we've shown you, not too competitive. The second game a little better, but Ballyboden, if they were to have a good first quarter here in the second half, then they could really pull away. James Madden delivers inside to McMorrow. Running off the shoulder is Aidan Mellett. McMorrow will take it on himself, and he has missed.
Yeah, put a lot of height on it maybe when he didn't have to, but a great ball in from James Madden as well. And Niall done well, done all the hard work. Won't be happy with his finish there.
That's a good take. Tough one to take for Ben McSweeney. That's a wide. They needed that.
Yeah, again, similar to Niall there. He had the time. He had done the work and got himself into that position as well. So he'll be expecting to score them.
You've played here many times for club and county. Is there a scoring goals here? You know the way they say in certain pitches there's scoring goals.
I suppose I can't really recall anything in particular myself, Oisín. 2 goals.
McMorrow.
Either end of the pitch.
Dooley. Cushion ball from Dooley, just got away from Christie.
Yeah, and there was probably a chance just to nail a score there as well for Connor and get them ticking over again.
Phelan looking for Boland, doesn't find him, cut out by Mellett, who got a wonderful goal in the first half. Just thinking back to that goal, he actually took the ball in around the 45 if memory serves, and had the freedom of the park to run in one-on-one. Mellett wins it back, does his defensive duties this time. McMorrow. That's really well taken by McMorrow. Passes rather than shoots. Here's Dooley. Great block. Dooley a little bit too casual. It does break for Niall Ryan. Ryan outside trying to keep it alive is Christie. Good save.
Yeah, again, Ballyboden looking for the option, looking for that killer pass as well. Good save by Bill McCormick there as well. So I suppose Ballyboden could do it, maybe just getting a point or two on the board here and getting going again for the second half as well. And getting into their groove. They're in a great position now to build on the lead as well.
Dooley will take the 65. 4 from dead balls in the first half, 1 from play. Didn't catch it right. Plunkett's making a change. I think that's Brian O'Sullivan who's come in.
He looks like he's going in on the edge of the square. Might be
and going off is Niall Arthur.
He's gone in as a potential target there at full forward.
He's a different kind of player to Niall Arthur, Brian O'Sullivan. McCormick goes long. Lambert tried to win it, couldn't do it first time around. Killian Hayes tries to dig it out. Plunketts have the possession. Here's Hayes. And it's a wide. Again, because it's a group format, there is kind of varying degrees of losses. You can lose well if you keep the score fairly tight.
Yeah, absolutely. And Plunketts are going to want to dig in here.
They'll see the other two games as quite
Sustained as
winnable.
well.
O'Sullivan tested for the first time. Stuck to by the experienced Luke Corcoran. McGarry. Intercepted. Ballyboden have such a crowd of players around the middle, it's impossible for Plunketts to get through. And now Ballyboden have won the line ball.
Referee's letting it go here.
McMorrow comes out to it. Turning and twisting, he's full of tricks. Good take, Christie. Christie using that pace.
Yeah, there was a bit of a chop down of Shane there. His great pace from Pearce. Really going at the goal, and the chop down certainly came.
Killian Hayes colliding with them. And now he's going to be spoken to by the referee. Yellow card for Killian Hayes. He's had an eventful night, 3 points so far, all of them from play, all of them beauties.
Yeah.
And now a yellow card. Ballyboden making a change. Going off is McMorrow. Dooley to take the free. A second half that hasn't really got going yet. Tapped over by Dooley.
Yeah, it's been slow to get going, O'Shane, without a doubt. So I suppose you're looking for maybe one team just to get a burst of scores to really ignite it, you know.
John Maguire came in, by the way, for Ballyboden. Line ball for Plunketts. McSweeney. Sullivan's never going to get to that, it's wide.
He caught it well, to be fair. It's just there should have been in or somebody in under the dropping ball. Stop it going wide.
Not quite sure why there's a delay, but there is. Phil McGarry takes time to do a bit of stretching. The referee was having a word with his assistant, so maybe he saw something that he wants to clarify. Well, if he did, he's happy to let it go. Intercepted by James Madden. Madden aims it down the line. It was well taken there by John Maguire. John Maguire with the neat turn, running inside is Lambert. He doesn't go to Lambert. He does go to Christie, who hits the back of the net.
Great finish. Brilliant play. Absolutely brilliant play from John Maguire. Beautifully timed hand pass perfectly into Pierce Christie's path. And all he had to do really was just take it in a stride and get the strike off at the finish. But Again, great play by Ballyboden. That came from the puck out as well. Finn setting it up, so they're certainly pre-arranged plans. Some of these puck outs as well.
A first goal in the second half, a third goal overall. Here's Sean Clerkin. Plunkett's need a goal. Can Clerkin provide one? Really good defending. Corcoran got his body between the player and the ball. They have given away a 65, but the alternative was far worse.
Yeah, and that's what they need to do more of. Oisin, they really got a great run in there. Absolutely brilliant run by Sean Clerk, and so they got to really go at that defence, and any space they get, take it at, and you see what comes of it then. Frees or scores or potential goal opportunities as well. So you have to really play with that intent for the remainder of the game. It's interesting, Oisin. Simon Lambert is just running forward for the puck outs there as well for Ballyboden, so he's just trying to draw a man out of there to leave as much space if Plunkett's have a spare man back there as well, and they're just leaving space, so Finn could puck that for the goal opportunity. Finn just poked it in front of James Madden to run onto, and he has all the space to attack, so they're really trying to just utilise that, get every advantage they can off the puck outs as well.
I wonder, will he go for goal here, Killian Hayes?
He seems to be lining it up.
So they had the advantage, which is why it's a free rather than a 65. Hayes taps it over. Well, he doesn't tap it over, but it does go over. You know what I mean?
He wanted to put a little fear into the defenders there.
Gathered by Niall Ryan, who's fouled. Simon Lambert running on the outside. James Madden. Well taken by Madden. Hayes tackles him. He has to be careful. He's on a yellow card. Madden stays going. He's fouled on the way through.
It's great running by James. He roared at Simo there. He was coming off the shoulder, and he loves, he loves to drive forward like that as well, and loves physical contact. So really took it on there and won the free very well.
The result you'd expect from Dooley. He's second free of the second half. 6 overall. Plunkett's keep it alive. That's a really strong running from Sean McDonald. I beg your pardon, Popa. Goes to ground free.
Yeah, he done very well there. Bill McCormick picked it out lovely from the puck out as well. It's really strong running there, and again running at the defence and creating all sorts of problems by doing that.
Hayes, over it goes. His second of the second half, both from frees. They need to get him on the ball in dangerous positions and see if he can do a bit more damage from play. But when he's had opportunities tonight, he has taken them. Niall Ryan chases after that one. Keeps it alive, hockey style. Stolen back by David Phelan. That's good, calm, cool play. Tom Cullen. Collected well, a beautiful skill. Jack O'Shea down the line to corner forward. Sean Clerk, a nice turn. Another fine pass. Here's Hayes. Steps inside Dooley, who fouls him. Hayes, he wants a goal. His team need one. Probably should have taken the point.
Yeah, great passage of play from Plunkett's, in fairness. Brilliant hurling to work it up the field. Really sharp hurling. With Ballyboden getting back and getting the crucial block in.
Brilliantly intercepted by MacDonald. It was left behind initially by Popet, then left to get behind again. Lambert had a short option and Millet instead went long for the relatively new man in John Maguire. Maguire, who created that third goal, just couldn't quite get there, Simon Lambert. Maguire, to be fair, didn't give up on it. He's a real buzzer, isn't he?
He is.
Good pass. Tom Cullen, he's going for it, no doubt about it. That's a great score from Tom Cullen.
Super long range point from Tom Cullen as well. Good work from Oliver Plunkett's.
Very good catch. It was from Conor McKeown. Not an easy one to take. Foul committed, free in Ballyboden.
High challenge there by Cian Boland. Tried to meet him with the shoulder, but just maybe slightly mistimed.
Cian Boland, who was excellent for Dublin.
Absolutely, yeah. He's hurling well. He's progressing. He was unlucky for a long time with injuries. They kind of kept knocking him back, so he seems to be getting a good run. Good run of it the last year or two as well. So he's getting better and better all the time.
Gets a yellow card for his trouble there. Another change being made. Going off is Brian MacDonald. And moving into the full forward line is Cian Boland, or moving back there, I should say.
Could have James Madden to follow him around in there.
Ballyboden are also making a change. No, I beg your pardon, James Roach is going off.
Dean Curran.
It would make sense. I don't think he's taken the second half water break, has he? Not yet, anyway. It'll probably come after this passage of play. One of the players is asking. So Conor Dooley will likely score the free, and then we'll have the water break. I jinxed him. It's a wide.
Yeah.
So for the moment, he is staying on 6 place balls scored so far in this game, along with 1 from play. The half-time, well, the second half water break, it's Ballyboden St Endas 3-16, St Oliver Plunkett's Eoghan Ruadh 10 points. What have you made of it so far, Dottie O'Callaghan?
Yeah, well, Shane, I suppose it's a big lead. There's no doubt about it for Ballyboden. I think they've been very impressive. I suppose it's kind of a new look in a lot of ways, new look Ballyboden team, and a lot of zippy, fast players moving around the field as well, and really linking up well together. And you know, really kind of you can see that they've worked on a lot of kind of gameplay and getting that ball into the full forward line quick. And interesting to see Niall McMurrow sitting deep in a full forward line sort of a role as well, and he picked up a lot of ball. And look, it's been been impressive by Ballyboden so far. I think Plunkett's they've battled from the start, you know, and they came with the fight, but they're coming up against, similar to the last game, maybe they're coming up against one of the big hitters and one of the contenders for the championship as well. So they're going to learn a lot from this, and they're going to take a lot from this game moving forward. They want to be up in the Senior A Championship, so this is where they'll get their learnings, and they have, you know, another 2 big games to look forward to moving forward.
Conor Dooley is having a word with the referee. I think he thinks the score could be wrong. I saw the referee being spoken to by one of the officials. I beg your pardon, that's not Conor Dooley, it's Stephen O'Connor. so he was coming in maybe to say he was on, but I think there is a question mark as to whether or not the score is 315 or 316. It is 315, that's just confirmed. So 315 plays 11 points.
Plunkett will want to get as much out of this as they can now, last 15 minutes, and really push it on and you know, be in a position to drive forward for the rest of the championship.
So 24 plays 11 rather than 25 playing 10. Conor Scully drives it long. Cian Boland collects it, trying to get away from James Roach. Boland taps it over. Good score from Cian Boland. His second of the game.
Yeah, good start to the last quarter for Plunkett's. Great score for Cian Boland. Took a bit of a slap after getting the score, but I think it was more accidental than anything else.
Any good forward will be well used to that. You should know that.
Absolutely.
Backs are just jealous of you, that's all.
That's it. Can't be just giving an easy point away. Have to get some sort of contact.
Well, every time a forward scores, it makes us backs feel very insecure. Let me tell you that. You hurt our feelings when you do that. You've no consideration.
It's tough when it's the other way around. If you're the forward and the back scores.
Ballyboden sent Endas on the attack going long as Dean Kearney tried to. Anyway, it was blocked down wonderfully. It's a bit of a battle zone there at the second at the moment. Tumbling over is Rob Leddy. It will be a free.
Just a bit slightly overly aggressive there.
It was more shoulder into the back than shoulder on shoulder. Conor Dooley has dropped back to take the free. Him and Stephen O'Connor had the exact same colour helmet, and they're from this particular angle the exact same kind of height. They do have different coloured boots, which is good. I remember at one stage there was 3 members of the Kilkenny full back line who wore green helmets, and the Kilkenny numbers are hard to see, so you can imagine how difficult that was. Yeah, Murph
Joey
wore
Holden,
green. Yeah,
is that here? Joey Holden, is it? Is he a green helmet?
Holden was green, Murph was green, and would it have been Jackie Tyrrell was the other one? He kind of came in and played with the 2 lads at the tail end of his career, and I don't know, would you say the start of theirs, but you always knew you stood with Noel Hickey. I think he always just wore a black helmet. Conor Dooley.
Yeah, I always knew you were marking him too.
I would say so.
Oh yeah.
Boland. Great take from Boland. He's got a runner inside if he can pick him out, McSweeney. He might need him. Boland.
That's a
good goal.
Yeah. Absolutely brilliant goal, O'Shane. Like, that's James Madden. He got inside and he sprinted away, and James was right up behind him as well. And the intent and the power. He's a hugely strong guy, and to drive through, break the attack, and what a finish! Really, really quick bat to get it in. And surprise Finn in goal, I think.
Dean Kern cuts it out. 9 points between them. Sean McDonald. Ballyboden need to be careful here not to get sloppy. 9 points, very little in a hurling match, but Ballyboden do have a free.
But to get inside the 2 Ballyboden defenders there, like he could have struggled up, but he actually carried it right into the goal and made sure of it, and slipped inside 2 lads as well. So brilliant goal by Keane, and real bravery to just take it right through the defence.
Plunkett's have an extra defender back there. Not sure it'll make much difference. I think Dooley's going for this, and he certainly has the length. It's another wide. McCormack's looking for Boland, and why not? He's in the form for it. fall into the path of Lambert. McGarry wants it and gets it. Boland pressed up, but McGarry did well. Cullen intercepted. It's frustration. Shane Kennedy got his stick to it, but it's collected now by Popa. Did well to get the ball down the park, considering he was absolutely crowded there. Here's Dooley. Taking it up comfortably is Paul Ryan.
It's a great ball inside.
Lovely ball inside. Maguire was the target. Maguire has it in hand. Maguire has a point to his name.
Yeah, well worked by Connor to Paul Ryan, and Paul Ryan, lovely low ball in front of any forward would want to run out and attack.
Boland and Ryan tangling a little bit. Boland needs to be careful because he's on a yellow card. Ballyboden get the line ball. Let's slipped and then regathered by Dunleavy. Ballyboden steal it back and then lose it again and then get it back again. It's Kennedy, but it's a free out.
Plunkett's going to add a bit of an urgency here for the last run in as well, and they'll be hoping to maybe grab another goal if they can.
That's going to bounce harmlessly wide.
He's given a 65.
Has he?
Yeah. I thought it looked like good defending, just to kind of clog up the forward there and let it run out.
You have eagle eyes.
Maybe it's got a touch.
Killian Hayes, who's been impressive tonight. Good score. They're just about hanging on in there. They probably have a bit too much to do, but they're not giving up.
Yeah, if they could get a quick goal, or if they could work a goal out of something, O'Shane, it could be interesting, yeah.
Dooley.
It was well spotted by the ref, to be fair. Connor just gave him a nice kind of dunt before the ball came. If he hadn't have seen it, Connor would have been in for goal. Well spotted by the ref.
And on such things, games can turn. Well, Plunkett's will see the other two games that they have in this group as winnable against Fawkes and Scully Connell. They won't be easy, but they'll see them as winnable.
Absolutely.
So they're not.
Look, they've lots to build on. But they'll really want to finish this strong, you know, and give them that extra confidence moving forward.
Bill McCormack gets a great score. Good stuff from the goalkeeper. 8 between them and 4 minutes left, plus injury time.
Yeah, they've done well tonight, O'Shane, and you know they'll be hoping to get as much out of this as they can for a finish. See where it takes them.
Stephen O'Connor tried to intercept, couldn't get to it. Plunkett's poor numbers in there. That's Dooley. It's lost. It's Killian Hayes. Not a man you'd want on the ball from a Ballyboden point of view. Hayes is going for it. That's a bit of a risky one. Tom Cullen can't get it into hand. It's just pulled on there. Comes back to Jack O'Shea, who'll try and make it a 7-point game, and does.
Good score. Great initial running by Killian Hayes there as well to really go at the defence. Probably could have taken the score himself, but was trying to work the goal, so broke out to Jack O'Shea, and a great score.
Jack O'Shea with his second of the game, and you can feel a bit of tension in the crowd now. Plunkett's winning a lot more ball than they were. Ben McSweeney. This time it goes wide.
Another good opportunity to get the lead down again. Ben will be disappointed with that one as well. Had done all the work out in front.
Well, a goal would make it very interesting now. Plunkett's very much on top. Work it out is the shout at James Madden. into the hand of Simon Lambert, who has been there, done that. Paul Ryan hooked. Good work by Cian Boland, but it was kicked forward into the path of Simon Lambert. Lambert will take it on himself and try and bring it back to an 8-point gap. And he does.
That's a great score, Shane. Yeah, Simon showing good leadership there. Got the ball out in space, brought it over to the sideline and nailed it from the sideline. Good score for Ballyboden.
Kevin O'Gorman keeps it low. Tom Cullen. Cullen trying to step inside Mellett. It's stolen back, and here's Mellett. He's got options left and right. Christie. Great save. Christie will have another go at this one. He's got support in Kennedy. Christie! Oh, off the woodwork. Plunkett survived for now. Finds its way inside to Maguire. Maguire in the square, can't get the shot away. Over carries free out. How big a moment is that?
A great passage of play for Plunkett. Connor Scully actually got a great little touch there to push it onto the post as well. So, yeah, great passage of play. Ballyboden doing the right things, trying to work the goal to really kill it. So look, that'll give Plunkett another little lift here to drive them on to the finish.
Boland and Ryan tangling again, not the first time tonight. And as we say, Fionn Boland has to be careful. He is on yellow. Well, we're getting a better ending to this game than we thought. Even though it's an 8-point gap, there's still time. Not much, but it's still possible. Conor Dooley being shouted at there by Finn McGarry. He said, go and pick up the guy in the white helmet. That's Tom Cullen, who is standing on his own just inside the 65. Cullen appears to have been carrying some kind of leg or hamstring injury into this game. His left thigh is wrapped up.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of donkey work around the middle there today. He's been working very, very hard. Getting on a lot of breaking ball as well.
A yellow card for Ryan and nothing for Fionn Boland. Or was it a red? Oh, he's got a red.
Yeah, is it?
And Plunkett are down to 14.
Oh.
But they have a chance here. Driving on is O'Shea. O'Shea, he's hooked, but he has got the free. So Boland has been sent off. Ryan has been yellow carded. Plunkett's down to 14. But they have this chance to make it a 5-point game. I think he has to go for goal.
I think it suited the man without the yellow to keep encouraging the tussling anyway. He'll definitely go for it here.
Killian Hayes against half of Ballyboden. Takes his point.
Takes the point.
Well, they haven't held up a sign to tell us how much injury time will be played. So we're kind of flying a bit blind. 26 points, plays 19. 7 between them. Plunkett's have got kind of that 7 points close, but not much closer than that. Boden will try and open it up again. Stephen O'Connor. Coming out to meet it is John Maguire. He's been excellent since coming in. Maguire does get it. Gets his pass away. Paul Ryan can't squeeze through the pass. Intercepted by Conor Scully. Scully, who's made some heroic blocks tonight. Tom Cullen. I thought he was going to get caught, but he does get it down towards Boland. Boland looks to me like he's dragged down by Luke Corcoran. Dooley sweeps it up. James Roach.
Great
Maguire
vision.
chasing after it and getting it. Was he fouled? Referee playing advantage. Free in for Ballyboden. If there was any doubt, I think that's the game.
Yeah, that was great vision from James Roach there to spot the, with his non-catching hand to give the hand pass, to even spot the vision for it there as well. So it was a great ball to create the opening there.
It's a yellow card, followed by a red because it was his second, and now they're down to 13. Well, Plunkett's rallied a bit, but Ballyboden always kept them at arm's length, and now they have the numerical advantage as well as the scoreboard advantage. So Popa is sent off. And Dooley adds another score. Ballyboden get the win, but will Malachy Travers be a bit disappointed with how... Well, what way do you look at it? Do you look at it as Bowden allowing Plunkett's back, or Plunkett's just playing well and getting back into it?
I think Plunkett's were always going to come with a fight and intensity, and I kind of expected that. And in fairness to them, they've kept battling, so I don't think it was going to be any sort of walkover for Ballyboden. You know, I think they were very good in patches. Wishing like they played some great hurling, but you know, moving forward, they'll be looking for maybe more of a kind of a 60-minute performance. And slightly more dominant as well. So they've given Plunkett's a bit of a window of opportunity there to get back into the game in the second half. If Plunkett's had got another goal maybe and got a bit of momentum going, they would have been under a bit of pressure. So yeah, I think they'll want to have killed the game off maybe a bit more effectively. But certainly a lot of players making a big impact and impressing tonight as well. And they've a lot of inexperienced lads as well, so they're learning as well. But look, they'll be overall happy, and I think Plunkett's as well won't be too demoralised after tonight as well. They know they're in with a big shout of kicking on in the championship and maybe getting out of the group and getting into a quarter-final. So they'll be looking forward to that challenge, you know.
Stephen O'Connor's magnificent run was brutally stopped, so it's another free which Dooley will take. And nail. Well, he'll have to go with the puck out again. Referee wants a word with someone. I'll keep my eye on this. I have to say I didn't quite catch him flash the red card last time out. There won't be a card this time. Plunkett will be glad they've already lost 2. Paul Ryan. It's gone into the back of the net. Maguire, did he get a touch on that? I think the referee will have a word with the umpires. Maybe it was a square ball.
You've seen the net move anyway. It's hard to see.
Well, I'm not sure if Paul Ryan put it straight in, or did Maguire get a touch, and even if he did, or even if it went straight in, if Maguire was in the square, then it gets ruled out. Will the green flag be raised, or will the flags be crossed?
Bill McCormick is trying to make up his mind from anyway, if it's not.
Well, they haven't raised the green flags and they haven't crossed them, so I'm assuming
Free
the
out.
goal doesn't count.
Yeah.
Trying to escape is Christie. He's done well tonight. Stephen O'Connor. O'Connor forced to ride a bit of a gauntlet there. He lost the possession. Plunkett's battling on here, trying to finish with the flourish. It's Plunkett. That's a good ball to Cullen. It's taken off him. Cullen is really frustrated. He's kind of wondering what happened there. Simon Lambert. He's played well tonight, Simon Lambert. And at a time when Plunketts were getting back into it, he's the one who got on the ball. He's the one who got a score. He's still a key man, Maguire. Connor Scully trying to get away from Dooley. Gets the free. Kevin O'Gorman lets it in. Swept up by Dean Kern. Looking for Stephen O'Connor, goes over him, comes to Paul Ryan. Christie trying to turn his man. His man is Killian Hayes. You wonder what he's doing back at corner back. Another goal on here from Mellett potentially. He's getting help from Maguire. Mellett drives on, trying to get away from Scully. Maguire. Referee gives the penalty.
Yeah. It looked like initially it was good defending from Connor Scully to hold him up there, but the referee deemed it that he pulled him back there at the end. Again, good link up by Ballyboden. Paul Ryan is out around the field as well. He knows what the lads want inside for corner forward, so great balls in as well.
Second penalty of the night for Ballyboden St Endas. They missed the first one that was struck by Conor Dooley.
Paul fancies this one.
Was it ever going to be anyone else when he was on the pitch? And why not?
Yeah.
Ryan against McCormack. Ryan wins.
Good finish to the right corner. An extra bit of gloss on it there for Ballyboden.
This could be the last puck out. It is 419 to 116 the final score. Ballyboden open with the win, something they didn't do last year, although they did go on to the final. Is the scoreline a little bit harsh on Plunkett's?
I think it is, maybe slightly, yeah. Like I think they put up a huge fight in the second half as well. There was no sign of them in any way taking a back step. You know, they're obviously, as we said, they're coming up against one of the favourites, but they didn't do themselves. They didn't let themselves down in any way there as well, and I think they'll be gathering up after this, and they'll be excited about looking forward to the other two group games as well, and I think they'll have a genuine belief that they can push on and get out of the group, which would be huge progress for Oliver Plunkett's to get to.
It's a real dogfight to get what I would say is the second spot, because I would fancy Ballyboden to win their 3 games. So then you've got Plunkett's, Falks and Scully Connell.
Yeah, absolutely.
And from what we've seen from Plunkett's tonight, they have a chance, but Falks, look, they're good, and we'll find out more about them tomorrow, and Scully Connell when they meet. Regards Ballyboden, it's kind of ideal for Malachy Travers, the manager, isn't it? Because they won well, but by no means was it perfect, and they have a couple of things to work on perhaps.
Yeah, absolutely. They won't be getting carried away with anything tonight as well. But I have to say, a lot of their players kind of impressed me as well. They're fast, they're quick, and their link-up play was very, very good, I thought. So look, they're going to have bigger challenges ahead. So there's some of them lads are inexperienced as well. So the bigger tests will lie ahead for them in the knockout stages, I'd imagine. So. But look, they're kind of building. They still have the old warriors there as well, and Conor Keeney didn't come on tonight as well. So we've seen some of the lads coming in: Paul Ryan, Stephen O'Connor, and a few others as well. So they're building kind of a lovely squad with having them guys ready to maybe step back in when needed. I'm sure they will be needed at some point, but these guys are picking up all that experience now, and I suppose you could say building to the future a little bit as well. While getting off to a good start.
Well, thanks for your company tonight. We've had a few messages coming in via @DubGAA official #GoAheadDSHA. Cian Lena Guckian sent a message regards the first game. Says, great to see Nafina up and running in this year's championship. I played underage for Nafina with Niall O'Callaghan. He was a real talent on the field and is doing a fab job with the Moby Roadside off it. It could be their championship. Well, it's early days, you never know, but they've made a good start. 2 big games tomorrow. We'll just have a quick word on them. We've got St. Jude's against St. Vincent's and Kilmacud Crokes against Coola. They're both live on Dubs TV. It'll be some days hurling, won't it?
Yeah, it'll be great. Great, Oisín, and both very, very hard to call, So Coola have a few. I think they have a few injuries and a few lads out as well. So I think Kilmacud will be, really, really vying for a scalp there and get off to a good start as well. But very hard to call. They've such talent in their team as well, and Eddie Brennan there and John Toomey. So it'll be interesting to see maybe the style of play and what they're bringing to the table as well. So, it'll be interesting. All right, and Vincent's and Jude's will be. Again, you'd nearly say 50-50 to some. That'll be extremely tough, closely contested game as well. So, all to look forward to there tomorrow. So I'll leave you call the results.
I don't think I will. Right. Well, that'll be good. Dubs TV tomorrow. 2 live games. Of course, games across the weekend in the Dublin Senior Hurling Championship. You can keep an eye on all of them via @DubGAA official. Even the games that won't be live will be covered, if that makes sense. You'll be able to follow what's happening in them through the social media channels. That's it from Dotsy and I and the team this evening. A night that saw good wins for Nafina and Ballyboden St. Endas. There is a long way to go, but we're up and running in the Go Ahead Ireland Dublin Senior Hurling Championship. Thanks for joining us this evening. We hope to catch you along the journey somewhere in 2021.